is the time zones, and that really. I kind of figure out the hard way that really matters to me. I should have come a few days before the tournament, but well, you live, you learn.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Well, here we go. And to answer one gentleman's question, he was asking about cube handling, and I was commenting that Mike almost ripped the cube out of Kit's hands. But once Kit had picked up the cube and it's a double. It doesn't matter whether it hit the board or not, or Mike ripped it out of his hand. The double had been committed. So,
Fair enough.
okay, gentlemen.
Couple of.
They started
point
making
making
points.
All right, 2 down.
Now, I'll just remind everyone very quickly, this, of course, is on the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel, and we appreciate their cooperation. The other 2 matches, Stream 2, which is Arta Fendikaglu and Greg Lilly, and Stream 3, Kit Woolsey and Jim Zincon, those are on the Ace Point Backgammon YouTube channel. So you can watch either of those there live if you would wish.
I think running out is the right play here.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. And getting hit with a 3 is not big at all. Getting hit with the ace is strongly duplicated,
Yes.
and you're getting primed. So
Right.
it seemed natural.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, this was in the championship division here, Open, it's called, in this tournament. There are 88 players, and it was an extremely strong field. I mean, people such as yourselves, Dennis sitting next to you over there, John and Neil and Petco and on and on. I mean, it's a very strong field. So, I mean, for these 5 guys to still have the opportunity, it's quite an accomplishment for all of them. So.
Absolutely. Not easy to be in the top 5. Okay, so some sort of improvement, and it could be a cube.
Very likely a cube on the next roll. Now.
Yeah, unless he gets hit, which is like 50-50 almost.
Mm-hmm. But he missed.
So he's got.
Actually, is this enough though? I don't know. It feels like you can make a point and then double. I don't know what you guys
I
think.
think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
Like this, and then next time.
Yeah.
Now it makes a lot of sense to double if
Well, I
no
think
accidents come.
What we'll see through the course of this match, based on what I've seen this weekend, Mike's going to play fairly aggressively, fairly assertively. So, and I think he recognizes perhaps to beat Victor, he's going to have to play that way as well, and it's his natural style. Okay,
Double.
Yeah, surely a double.
Looks like a pass.
Yeah, probably, because at worst you have you still have the gap, and he has 3 guys back. At best, you kind of killed him if you make the 9 or 5 point.
Yeah. And
Yeah, he's down, and still he has had to give up the midpoint contact as well. So yeah, is it yeah?
someone once said, and I think it's right, that the opponent has an anchor on your 3-point. The most important point to have is the one directly in front of that, namely your 4-point. And here Black has it. So I think it's a pass. But I haven't counted pips, but looks like you have a substantial lead. Looks like a pass.
Yeah, and also these 3-point games, you tend to double them pretty close to the take pass line compared to many other cubes. You don't ship this volatility early cube. So if you feel very confident that you have a double against the 3-point game, then maybe it is a pass, because the small doubles tend to be pretty close to a pass anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can ascertain that it's fairly close just based on the amount of time Victor's spending on this thing.
Yeah, if I count it right, down by like 12 pips or so.
Yeah.
So.
But difficult to turn it into a race.
It is. Yeah. Right. 60.
Let me say one other thing while we're watching Victor ponder this. Just I like to run these, and he drops it. I like to run these commentaries on kind of an interactive basis. So I'm monitoring the chat line. So if any of you have, questions, suggestions, comments, what have you, or generally or for either of our guest commentators here, feel free to do it, and we'll try to address them as appropriate. And if some people might be doing some transcription or putting in positions, your feedback is appreciated as well. Okay, so 1-0 Mike early on.
What do you do with the 4 here?
Yeah.
I don't know. 24-20 or 22-18 or 11-7.
Yeah, 13-9 is not crazy duplicating 4s, but this looked reasonable duplicating the 6 and not playing with too many blocks when outboarded.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. In and hit. Good shot. Yeah, builder on the 8 looks nice. I think that's correct. Not a good shot. All he can do, looks like. 4-3.
Yes, to answer a question, Arda's match is on Ace Point Backgammon YouTube channel, stream 2. Arda's got a big fan club, apparently.
So it seems like Victor's shaking his dice for quite a long time.
He's been doing that all weekend.
He does that all.
I've been doing that for years.
His entire buffer. Yeah. I've noticed that
Okay. Yeah.
a couple of times in things I've noticed this weekend. Victor seems to be shaking a lot.
Yeah, okay.
And one thing that I've never noticed him doing much in the past is taking pictures of positions.
Yeah, I
and
know.
he's taken a lot of pictures of positions this week as well.
Maybe it's after the Gammon Snap app.
Rory might check that phone.
I just kidding, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. I think here you don't want to hit. Just 13-4 looks right.
Agreed. You
Race looks close, and another third checker back that position, you lose a lot of ground in the race. So
right, and you have a lot to lose, given that you can relatively easily turn it into a race if you want to.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm going to step away 1 second. Rory wants to make an announcement real quickly.
Just actually upgrade a little bit.
Yeah, so let me let him sit down there.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Whew. It's been a long 6 days. Welcome to Monday at the Chicago Open, the 41st. This is the last day of this 6-day festival of backgammon. I'd like to thank everyone that's contributed to this effort. Obviously, Bill and Tara with this amazing stream that they do year after year, improving and tweaking and making it absolutely fantastic. Thank you for the relationship with Galaxy. Streaming to this channel with this audience is absolutely fantastic. How many watchers we have so far? It looks like maybe just 100, but I'm sure that number will go up as this day progresses. FM Gammon is our board sponsor. These beautiful cut boards. I think the logos for both of our organizations, the Chicago Open and FM Gammon, really pop with the blue and the yellow. This is my color scheme that I came up with years ago with my logo. I'm super happy with how this board looks. I think it's the best Chicago logo open board I've had. So thank you very much to FM, Fuat, and Ali, and the others in the organization for the great job they've done. My tournament staff, John Hardigree, for the first time joined me on staff and has been a huge asset. Caitlin, Paulette, who've been with me for years, Amelia, the USPGF for all they do for backgammon. There have been so many people that have assisted in one way or another, and it really has allowed me to put on this great event that I love doing every year. It's a crazy amount of work for me, but I thoroughly enjoy doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy the efforts that I put in. I actually came up with an idea. I just realized this is the 41st Chicago Open Backgammon Tournament, and next year will be the 42nd. And the number 42 for me is very important. I'm a huge baseball fan, historian of the game, and if anyone here is also a baseball fan, you know that baseball has retired the number 42 for the legend that is Jackie Robinson. So next year's trophy will have a bit of a Jackie Robinson-esque theme to the trophy itself. For the first time, I'm going to change up my trophies, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but something to honor the man for all he did for baseball and those of his community in the United States and beyond. So I just came up with that idea this morning. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for what I might come up with. Once again, thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the attendees, which, as I said, the previous record was 2019 when we had 155 players. This year, we absolutely smashed that record and ended up with 156.
Nah.
And unfortunately, that actually number doesn't include the man sitting to my right on the TV to your left, Mr. John O'Hagan, because he didn't play in the main event. In the United States, when we talk about the attendance at the tournament, we literally speak of very specifically the number of entrants in the main tournament, the Open Championship, Intermediate, and Novice Division. And John had a nice little family wedding engagement or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's been around. He was playing in some the earlier events, but wasn't able to play in the main. So maybe we're guaranteed for 157 next year with your attendance, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah, I would say barring some unforeseen, conflict. Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. Always a pleasure having you here. And the gentleman to my left, the sweet Swede, as I call him, Mr. Tenland. This is the second time he's been in my tournament. It's an absolute pleasure having you here. You're very kind, very as gentlemen as they come, and it's great having you here. And I like the beard. I like it a lot. So bring it back.
Thank you. I'll keep it for next year.
Fantastic. Good news. I'm going to go ahead and step away and get back to some directorship duties, and just thank you to everyone for being here.
Okay.
Take care, folks. Thank you.
Thanks, Roy.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rory. Oh, wait.
I forgot. There are some other people. They're not officially on staff, but the Dordals, Mr. Blunderblots himself, Jason Dordal and his wife Bree have done a fantastic job taking some pictures and videos that you'll see later on Facebook, and a great big thank you to them as well. I omitted them. I apologize. Thank you, guys.
Okay. So, 2-1 victor. We're back to the action.
Yeah, in these positions, classic to make the 5-point with 2-1 after the 6-1, unless your opponent has split, basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting. I was watching from behind there for a bit while Rory was speaking, but really we've had 3 games and they've been pretty nondescript games. We haven't gotten any real
Nothing
meat
too
on the
exciting.
bone. Nothing too exciting yet. So, but I'm sure it's coming.
Now, this is interesting. You can make the 4-point. You can make the 7. You can split. You can,
Yeah. I mean, split, I don't know. Shouldn't that be dominated by just making like the 4 points?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
But it is a
So
little
the-
risky. So.
but
yeah.
you can make the, did you mention make the 22 point? That is also like some sort of, maybe you mentioned that, yeah.
I didn't mention it,
Yeah,
but
And there, Victor's
Yeah.
looking at his various options.
But it seems like with the stacked position of your opponent, perhaps you can push the priming battle a bit by making the 4. This sort of move is usually wrong, I would say, with
I
double
agree.
aces here. These sort of moves that do several things instead of just making the 4-point tend to be wrong.
yeah. Although in lots of backgammon positions, doing something on both the offense and the defense side of the board is a good thing. But sometimes just doing something even better on one side is the right play. I think this is one of those times. So you just make the 4 point.
I mean, this situation where you made your 5 and you have 2 guys on your 6 and you can make your 4 cleanly with those 2 guys. It's just such an extremely efficient way to make
Right.
Well, and one thing that we see here and among these elite players, and Victor's certainly among the very top, he has the discipline and is willing to take the time to look at his various options. And I mean, he probably within seconds had an initial gut feel for what's the right play, but he wants to be careful and cautious not to overlook anything, and he's willing to use a bit of time to do so.
Yeah.
This is a critical
juncture
in this game.
mean, of course.
One of the players here in the room watching, Tal Sigmund, just told me that making the 4 point is the correct play.
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tal's sitting over here, and thank you, Tal. He's sitting over here with, you can sit up at the table if you'd like. It might be a little more convenient for you. And in fact, you don't have to get on the camera, but you can sit next to John. He can see it.
And he does it.
Yep. And he gets punished, as you generally do when you make the best play.
Right.
And certainly he knew that was a possibility, and that's why he was being so cautious about being confident in his own mind that was the correct play.
Okay.
Yeah.
15-5 looks fine.
Yeah. You want to run out, but not into a double shot plus, right?
Yeah.
Now, Mike's trailing, albeit small, 2-1. How close is he to doing something here, Thomas, do you think?
Yeah, close. Very close, for sure.
Now, that kind of did a lot, but it leaves little Wilbur the trailer lonesome back there.
But the match score is not a very big factor, I would say. I mean, if it's he can cash a little bit earlier than usual, both in gammonish and non-gammonish positions, but it's still a little bit. Not
only a little bit, yeah. And there's a lot of reasonable plays here. You could slot the 7. I don't know.
You could.
You could just make the 10. You could play 13, 12, 8, 5. There's all kinds of plays. 13, 9.
True.
I'm not sure what's right.
Right. It seemed like maybe slotting those 7 would have been an overplay, given how likely you are to make the bar anyway.
Yeah.
Nice shake making the prime.
Yeah, excellent, of course.
Now Victor
has
needs
lots
to
of numbers to
perform
make
here.
the 7,
He can make the bar, then you got a prime versus prime game. He misses though.
Yeah, but he can at least make the 9. Well, he doesn't really have a good 5.
He could slot the 7 too.
Yeah.
This is a double.
Okay, so he's going to put the pressure on Victor here. But again, Mike doesn't have but a roll or two that he can sustain without getting that guy out before he starts.
Not the 6 prime, but he can sustain the 5 prime that he's not even at the edge of. So
correct.
Passing seemed reasonable, I would say.
Okay, so
2-2.
2-2, a 7-point match now.
Something that Bill Ryle said earlier is true. Look at the time. Mike has used 14 seconds of his time.
And Victor's used 8 minutes or something.
Right.
Now Victor is renowned for oftentimes getting low on time. Now he can play better than the vast majority of the people in the world just on his buffer.
Yeah.
But he does, and there's several players like that. Mochi's like that, Victor's like that. There are others, and maybe if it gets tight and critical down the stretch late in the match, he might not have quite as much time to ponder those serious decisions as we've seen early in the match.
Yeah, and what he spends, so much of his time shaking the dice. I think that's
It's like 50% of his
Well, that's
time
like
zone.
one time, one of my biggest wins ever was the Michigan Masters about 10 or 12 years ago. And the guy I was playing got into time trouble, serious time trouble. And he's like, I'm not a slow player. I said, no, you're not the slow player, but you're the world's slowest shaker. I mean, he would blow through his entire bank before he ever rolled.
I don't know. I mean, Victor has played a lot of matches this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done so well in so many events. I don't know if there's some sort of, if he's like resting.
Pacing
it's
himself.
hard. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
Well, you know, another interesting aspect I was thinking of a little bit earlier. It's kind of interesting because, I mean, Victor's Victor, right? I mean, he's great. He's been in this situation innumerable times, so he's comfortable with this. You know, it's kind of a new circumstance for Mike in certain regards. Big tournament, all the stream, playing Victor. You know, does that intimidate or make him nervous in any way?
Doesn't seem to.
Doesn't appear to.
No.
He-
Big day. Yeah. Tal just pointed out in the previous position with that prime versus prime game that Victor did have a take. Pretty clear
Okay,
take.
was it big?
Yeah, 0.16.
Oh, wow.
Point. Okay,
One.
yeah, okay, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Big
So-
take.
So like 0.84, if you want to say it that way.
Right. So it's a solid take, but not one of those
Right.
really bad ones. But,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But because I mean, it's not unreasonable for Victor to pass a little bit more than he should
Yeah.
if he played XG, for example.
Right.
I mean,
And-
I would say he should probably move the take point a little bit.
And Victor will claim, and he and I are good friends, and I've talked to both these guys a fair amount this morning. You know, Victor will say he won't adjust for an opponent and this, that, and the other. But I suspect that he's going to play this a bit differently, and this is not to demean Mike in any way. But Victor's going to play this a little bit differently than were he playing Thomas Tinlin or John O'Hagan, and perhaps we saw that in that drop.
Yeah, I mean, he could at least. You could at least do something like that. When you're in doubt, you lean towards one of the sides. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a good roll, I suppose.
Some of our good friends in the viewing audience, Mishipu, I think she may be doing a little transcribing. Alex Ashagian, Sean Garber. I'm surprised Sean's not here. He doesn't live that far away.
Yeah.
Oh, Indy 500, and he's in Indy. That's right. So he could probably sell parking spots in his driveway at high rates.
Well, what do you do here? I don't know. I guess that. Yeah.
But you often want to come out when you're behind a prime with three guys, but it did not leave a very nice 4. So
Yeah.
There's a hit. So that hit is going to try almost tend to balance these positions somewhat. Mike was ahead with only 3 back, Victor 5, and now it's 4-4. Mike does have the 4 prime as opposed to Victor's 3 prime. But
So you just bring a spare out.
Control and compensation for that deficit over there.
right, Mike's position is a little overrun.
well, he wants to
compared
make that. He'd like to make that. Well, he'd like to make the 21, but he didn't have a 2 if he were to do so.
Right, his move made sense.
Yeah, he's got which 4? Well, that's probably right because 1, it's only vulnerable to one of those checkers back there, and he's playing with fewer blots.
No one's gonna make the 3-point?
He was on
Well,
the
no,
bar.
he's on the bar.
But we can see by virtue of the rolls, Mike's in somewhat of an inflexible position, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
He gets a lot of force play.
Still looks early for a cube.
Yeah, it might be a small double, but I agree with Thomas. I would not double, but sometimes I tend to overestimate the underdog's chances, and I don't double as quickly as I should.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean you can lose your market for sure.
Yeah.
But it can also be something like this. I don't know. I mean, he just comes in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good shot. Makes the 16.
You know, it's kind of interesting. Like we said, perhaps Victor might adjust his game ever so slightly. And Mike probably knows he's not going to outplay Victor, so perhaps he's playing a bit more aggressively. But on occasion, there may be positions where he's uncertain about a bit, and maybe he's intimidated a bit by Victor's performance and reputation
Yeah.
and history and so forth. So it
Makes 17.
kind of a
Yeah, good
balance.
play. And good roll for that matter.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe at the next break, but I'll ask you now so you can be thinking about it. And but between the next game, someone was asking, you're writing a book and wanted to know the status of that. So maybe when we finish
Yeah.
this game, we'll you can bring everyone up to speed.
Right. I will try to think of some excuses in the meantime.
All right. Well, with the 5, he can also break off the anchor and cover the 16. Looks reasonable, actually. I don't know.
Kind of an awkward, unusual position that Mike finds himself in. You don't see that
Yeah, you know,
16, 17 point too often.
Back game in the outfield.
Yes, yes. That's a good shot. 2-1 hits and covers.
But I liked his play with
Yeah.
a 5-2.
Yeah, I thought it was right.
I mean, to keep the mobility there.
Okay, it's a good shot. In and out. 6s and 7s hit. He hits. Where is Mike from?
Well, I think
where's home?
he's a native of Iran, but he's lived in the States for a very long time. He lived in Seattle for a long time. I think owned a restaurant in Seattle. And like 2 years ago, he closed the restaurant and he has moved to Atlanta. So he now lives in
Hey folks,
Atlanta.
looking for players for speed gammon to finish the bracket. We have 10 spots left. There is one person waiting to play right now if anyone's interested. It's the last 10 spots other than the after tournament.
Okay, I think
like
they've gotten
yeah,
past the
there we go.
confusion, any confusion there might have been there. Now, it was interesting. I was going to comment because when Mike made the initial play, which ultimately became the ultimate play, before he backed it up and looked at some things, but when he made that initial play, Victor almost reached for the dice, which was almost a tell that maybe he thought it was the right play, and that, but then Mike had some second thoughts and backed it up. But
Not sure what happened
Victor needs to be a little bit more poker face and poker action here, I think.
that's
Right. It's dangerous to rely on those sort of
On the tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, double, and can Victor take it? I think so. He gets hit. He can
Okay.
maybe anchor. He might not get hit. 5-4. Good shot.
Yeah. But even now, if he comes in, yeah.
Yeah. Cal, is it a take? Okay. All right. Tal Sigmund from the Detroit area here is inputting the match as we go. He's a little bit behind, but he will let us know if it actually says that was a take or not.
Oops.
Okay. So, good sequence for Victor. Now he's back in better shape than he was when he took the cube. Yeah, what does he get? 41 makes a 5 prime. Okay. Dance.
Yeah.
Now, does
I'd say,
and I don't think he's got the recube, but he's gonna think about it anyway.
yeah, I vote for no redouble. How about you, Thomas?
I don't know. I mean, after all, Victor has two guys behind that
Yeah.
5-ish prime, and
Yeah.
Mike has some extra timing buffer there. I don't know. I was leaning towards not redoubling it, but I have no idea. I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's like there were market losers,
Yeah.
but
He had a double shot at. Hold it.
Hey, Victor's got the camera out again and pondering again. And one thing about this, again, it's 2-2 to 9.
But that's
As we see, Victor's already under 7 minutes. So
yeah.
But I mean,
But no
that
big
looks
deal,
different
I
than
would
it-
say.
No,
I
it-
mean, 7 minutes for a 7-point match is
'cause he had a
plenty
double
for
shot in the
Victor.
outfield.
Oh, breaks the prime.
Well, now who is Horri? Is he white or black? Okay. Okay, now. Well, hold this. But these, no, see, you've got the board reversed. These are the inner boards according to you.
Yeah,
so it's getting
a poor
pretty-
roll
pretty
now.
volatile,
Like fanning now is crucial.
crucial.
Okay, what's happening here? 6-3.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see the redouble here, and there
Oh,
it comes.
no, it made very good sense.
He lets it go. 4-2 Victor. Now, Thomas, you're writing a book.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's progressing nicely, but it's just that I don't quite have the time to put into it per week that I wish I had. So
So I presume
so-
you work a regular job as well, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So, and I try to play a little bit myself as well, etc. So in practice, perhaps I'm spending 1 day a week writing the book, and yeah. So even though it goes well, it takes some time. So let's see.
What's the
I'm not.
subject or topic? Or
It's
what?
about the third roll. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure it will be out this year, but I hope so. Let's
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay, just a quick update, and then they walked out, but I think they're on break now. Greg Lilly leads Arta 5-0, I believe, in their match, and they're taking a break at the moment.
This looks like a cube. Okay, and he doubles.
Snaps it up.
And I.
Yeah, but
I
at the
think
score, it looked you have to take.
Yeah, I think so. Good chance of anchoring somewhere.
Okay, Gigi corrects me. It's 6-0, Greg Lilly over there.
Okay, and 6-5.
Oh, so he could have come to the 22, no?
He could have.
Yeah.
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 He could have, and maybe that was better. I don't know.
It seemed like it to me. I mean, it's pretty. it's difficult to have counterplay from that position on the 22 now. Even if he stops that last guy, Victor's,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a hard time himself.
Now, yeah, it was a little too committal a play maybe to commit to the 23 point. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 4-1,
Oh.
just make the
No, oh, no, yeah, you have to make the point.
make the 4 point.
Yeah. Of course, the other one is a good position as well, but making the 4 look
Yeah, it's like
really strong.
I'll be
a
surprised
gift
if
roll
making the 4
from the
is wrong,
heavens.
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
So it's kind of a gift roll from the gods,
Yeah.
ice gods. Huh? And look at this.
Yeah, okay, that is of course very. This is hard to predict, but still,
you get
still,
punished for that. Huh?
yeah, it looked like making the 4 was too strong to pass up.
Yeah. So, well, he still has a fine position, but yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it is understandable in those positions because it is sort of the standard to safety your last guy against
Yeah,
this
yeah,
anchor
yeah.
game, leaving 0 shots. I mean, how bad of a play can that be as well? But it looked here like the other one was too good.
Set of 4s is very nice.
Yeah, what's that saying? And when ahead in the race. So he doesn't need to have the blocking 9 point. Just wants to clear his points and win the race.
Yep. Should be smooth sailing from here.
Yeah.
Famous last words, but still.
Right.
What can go wrong?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, but there's very little contact left here.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Make the deuce point.
Somewhat awkward, the lack of a 6-point spare, but yeah.
5, then clears the 8.
Whoops.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I was sitting here thinking that don't
Yeah,
roll a 3-3.
Yeah, the 3s in general were a bit awkward. The high 3s.
Nice.
Right.
You guys were saying, what are you?
Yeah. It's,
You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm kind of
Another
watching.
awkward.
We were talking about Victor shaking. Seems like, you know, when he's in a good position and it's kind of straightforward, he's not shaking as much as when he gets into more of a difficult position and he
Okay,
shakes
okay.
more.
Here's an awkward.
Here's the
position.
awkward and
some sort of Ivan Lendl style from
Yeah.
tennis. When he was playing well, he played fast, and when he was losing, he just played extremely slowly. Just
see, I was a little worried about Victor doing that pick and pass because it gives Mike the opportunity to go back to the ace, which perhaps
Right.
presents even more troubles.
Got some bad 6s here. Some 5s as well, of course. Well,
That's a pretty good shake. Alleviates that ace point aggravation.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if his pick and pass play was right. That didn't look
Yeah, I my initial reaction was I didn't like it, but
clear as a 5.
in my old saying, where there's a gap, there's hope, and this is a triple gap.
it's triple hope.
Triple hope for Mike.
Yeah.
Well, he can tread water for another roll there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, he's really shaking this one. and it worked.
helped. Yeah. Yeah. Shiva, Mind Control. He has read that book.
Yeah, isn't there? Thieves.
62.
All right. Yeah. So Mike, at this score that's coming up, he should be very quick to send the cube.
Yeah.
Does he know that, Bill?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone asked for your opinion on the color scheme of this board.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's.
I noticed a couple of times.
I don't know what to say. It's
and people
okay.
commented on it a couple of times when you were being streamed, or what's the other guy's name? Robert? Carl?
Yeah, Frederick. Yeah,
Frederick Carlson.
Yeah.
A couple of times there were Swedish flags up there, and it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
really
you did.
remarkable.
You did what you could to support us. It wasn't enough.
Right, double hit here.
Yeah. Still less than a minute spent on his bank
Yes.
by Mike.
Yeah.
Played one match and he still had 17 minutes, something left.
Yeah.
The entire match.
And he won.
He seems
Well,
to
it's
be a
like
really
the-
fast player.
Plays on Galaxy.
The match at dinner last night, the Masters match between Victor and Merriman, was kind of like they started with 22 and they play a long match, and Victor had like 34 seconds and Greg had 19 and a half minutes or something. And so, different people have different styles, and
Absolutely.
that adds to the fun and diversity of the game.
Yeah, that's an interesting play there. 3-2. It's reasonable. Make the 18 rather than hitting. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That'll work.
Yeah, it was reasonable, of course, but it seemed like he wanted to catch up, but
Yeah, it might be right, might be wrong, but it's
the score sort of argues against an anchor in a way.
yeah,
Since it reduces gammons and all.
right. Yeah, I think this Mike is playing pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a 4-point.
Yeah, and the cube is coming now if Victor can't deliver something, I believe.
Could be.
I mean, if he fans.
All the way up to the 22 or 13-11.
Well, it's kind of mixed emotions there. One, you put a second checker in play, perhaps, but if you come up to the 22, you're bringing other builders into play on the guy that's back. So you have to balance
Yes,
those two.
and you unstack a very, very ugly and heavy stack that you're probably going to have to do something about anyway,
Yeah.
and you put it in front of a super valuable anchor. So,
Yeah.
so I liked Victor's move.
Okay, Victor needs to extract the trailer here, but he'd also like to safety that other blot if he can. I don't think he steps up. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to activate the builder on the 8 against the blot. But,
I think I would, actually.
But you also pressure it, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, true enough.
So it's like,
Do you make the 8 and go 6-5, or do you hit loose?
right,
I think make
those
the
two
8.
plays. Yeah.
I think so.
Unless he gets hit or an escape comes now, he should double, I believe. At the score, I mean. I mean, if he makes points on him, or
2-4.
okay, that's still okay, but I
I
think I think he has a double here.
Well, now he has
Yeah.
the additional block to shoot at as
Oh,
well.
hitting's the right play.
He seems to agree.
Tal just pointed out that on that 5-2 or the 5-1 play, it's better to hit loose on the 2-point.
Okay, okay, yeah.
I would have made the wrong play as well. I would have.
Yeah.
the 8.
Was it big, Tal, or what? No, okay, okay, okay.
He takes. All right, and hit. Think.
Doesn't have
62, right?
much, yeah. Doesn't have much choice. Does he?
Well, he can play safely. I mean, I don't know what.
That's true. He could play 5-1, or he can do that.
I could also do this,
Yeah.
but yeah. Okay.
Me too. That was a nice.
6-2 points on the head. Okay. Dance.
Ooh, nice
Yeah, nice roll.
sequence there.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're Mike, yes.
True.
Right, right.
Well, that's why you put all those builders there, and they fell right into place. And
Yeah, yeah.
do it.
1-1 or 1-6, huh?
Victor hasn't heard that 1-6 yet, and
6 was up, but
he was waiting till he heard the 1-6.
yeah,
stop.
yeah. Like this guy in Greece.
Okay.
Good shot. Chance at a gammon now. He can
Yeah, but it
close
also
out.
it's just kind of a double-edged sword. It's also the chance for Victor to anchor, but
Yeah, but I think he's happy to hit.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure. Victor needs an ace.
Yep.
and
Has
there it
some
is.
counterplay with that ace, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Now he has a good chance of anchor.
Yeah, and if he does, he has counter priming potential.
Yeah, hitting may have been right there with 6-2. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Victor was through the buffer on that shake sequence.
Now you got to hit.
Got to hit. No, he's not going to hit.
That's a mistake. I think.
Yeah, and
I think you hit. Thomas? you
Yeah, I
hit?
mean, the ace is very costly anyway now.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, having a 6 prime is never bad either. But I agree. It seemed like
he needs a 5 in the worst way here soon.
he gets a chance to hit now instead.
Oh, I don't know.
But it hit loose. I don't know. This might be right.
Yeah, I mean, after all, he's not really priming anymore. I mean, it's like he's trying to come
Yeah.
out and he's trying to blitz, but priming, if it becomes a battle of primes, he's just losing. So
Right. Right.
I think you just come in. You go,
No, I don't do that because now
But okay, double threes now is huge. Immediate underdog, big
Yeah.
underdog.
On that 2-2 earlier, you're supposed to go 7. This 2-2, supposed
Yeah.
to go 7-5, 7-1.
Yeah, yeah.
it's the 5. Wow.
It's also, I mean, if you get missed, you haven't closed out. Now You don't.
Right. Right. Phantom 3-point game for Victor.
Yeah.
Keeps rolling the wrong double. Rolled double twos twice.
What kind of chances do you think Victor has in this game? How many percent? It's like
Maybe
a little under 10, maybe.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
In other words, it happens once in 4 times. I mean, because backgammon is sick. I mean, not in theory.
Okay. Unless Mike gets unlucky, he's likely got a G here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he must be saving some G's here.
Is it showing the yards?
No.
Oh,
Still that's-
okay.
Are there any checkers stacked, or he has 10 guys left?
10 guys left.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got some bad numbers next time, though. Is anybody transcribing the match, Bill? The comment.
Mishi was working on it a bit too, but I haven't seen her comment lately. Uh-oh. Barely.
So 6 all.
Yeah.
So 6-all.
Look at the time. 4 minutes to 16 minutes.
And over
Yeah.
on stream 2, glancing over here, Greg Lilly leads 6-1. That's kind of an interesting 3-4 back game of sorts for Arda, as Greg's got to try to clear the 12 to come in against. Okay.
But 4 minutes for Victor, plenty in a 3-point match, I think. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
it's not like he's in time trouble, I would
Right.
say.
Right.
Yeah, getting close already to the cube.
Victor was
Well-
hoping for something other than that.
Yeah. It's not his best number.
Boy, 13-8-7-4. You could make the 3. He
Yeah.
does that. That doesn't look bad.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like you want to be hit on the other side of the board with a slotted bar point.
Yeah.
And I agree. I didn't like that either.
Yeah, this is definitely the right play for Mike, I think.
Yeah, with the slotted point, freezing that all chances of covering it basically. Yeah. And also everything else was mediocre. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
So I think no double.
Yeah, because he didn't double before, and his position now is worse than it was then.
Yeah. 5-3 in with both.
In with both, but Mike avoids getting hit.
6-5. So you're gonna.
Yeah.
Do you do the
He
triple
make
tiger?
the ace, hit and make the ace, and
Or you do the triple tiger? Right?
yeah.
Don't see that very often. Oh, this might be right.
What are you doing out there?
Was a pretty tough play. He just played it instantly, basically. I mean, yeah,
That's his style.
yeah, I know,
Yes.
I know. He goes with his gut,
Yeah.
basically.
As we might expect, to date through the game, Mishipu has it. They're playing 2.58 and Mike playing 9.26.
Okay. Yeah. Who said that?
Michelle
It's
is-
for the whole match.
For
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
Apparently for the whole match.
Yeah.
And for that 6-5, according to Tal here, you're supposed to come out to the 18 and hit, and then 10-5 hit. So the
triple.
ti-
Yeah.
triple tiger.
Yeah. Would have been a nice play.
Yes.
But it's hard to find in 2 seconds.
It's hard to find.
Exactly. Okay.
Victor can
shot.
make that. He
Could be getting close
leaves
again.
leaves the 3 blots out there. Deuces. Does that?
Yeah. So,
Getting serious. Victor did some extra shakes there.
yeah.
All
Could also
Exactly. Preparing the cube basically. But it's pointing on someone's head on the 4-point is hard to pass up. I mean,
is,
yeah. Yeah, that guy was on the. Didn't he move it back to the wrong
He
point?
put it on
yeah.
the wrong point.
Yeah. Yeah. No super big deal, but
Yeah.
yeah,
now
there.
it's
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Like everything that comes in just about hits somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes he doesn't come in. But also when he hits, he leaves something, and Victor will have a very strong board. I mean,
Yeah. Do you prefer this one here? How much is this?
I don't know. I didn't think too much about it, but I just mean pointing on someone's
Okay,
head
yeah.
on the 4-point, making a 4 prime. It is always going to be a very strong contender. I don't know if it was
It's not
right.
going to be bad wrong.
No,
if it's
no,
wrong.
yeah.
Okay.
But, okay, this was maybe a problem that he blew way past his market on the dance.
Well, you don't have to leave like 6 or 7 shots outfield anyway, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so there's more reason to.
Like Arda lost a
And you're
G
leaving
there.
also anchoring numbers on the
So
4-point.
Greg Lilly won.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg Lilly has defeated Arda Fendikaglu. So Arda is eliminated from the potential of winning the tournament.
6 spots left in the speed game.
Good 4-4 from the roof there. From
Murray's out here trying to steal our viewers, you know? Yeah.
Okay. And Mike, this is kind of like this 7-away, 3-away. He can cube really early if, yeah, basically any kind of position. But so I mean, shouldn't he just send it now?
I think so.
Yeah. There's certainly huge market losers.
He could put 2 up again.
Yeah, I can.
He could also safely make the 3-point.
Okay, and on stream 3, just very briefly, Kit Wilsey leads Jim Zencon 7-2. 9. So coming down the stretch in these round 11 matches.
The 3. Flexible, 7, 8.
6-5's around the
Well, you
corner.
got black on roll here. Too good. Yeah, Tal said in the previous game when Victor doubled, it was a little too good.
But that was like the argument against making the 4, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have 9 numbers where you don't use the full quality of your position.
You're saying making the 4 was the play?
Well, I'm not saying it's the right play, but I'm saying after you make that play and the opponent dances, it's a little too good.
Yeah.
Good shot for Victor.
Occasionally, Daniel, the dice aren't going through the baffle box. So if one falls free, then Mike picks it up and puts the dice back through the baffle box. So that's why you see that action occasionally.
Yeah. You thought for a while about sending that one. It's like 0.1 second. Oh, but yeah.
Okay, so
7-7.
effectively DMP. We'll see.
Yeah.
7-7.
Although in Victor's match,
Your game ago yesterday.
I'm sorry?
yeah, against Merriman, they waited a long time before they doubled that 2-way. It was weird.
Hey, Mike gets that bar point. He may go it right here. No.
Yeah, he probably should have sent
Probably
it
should have
before
sent
that roll. I think he had probably some market loss. I mean, it's not going to be a big mistake or anything, but it seems like he should not try to. What can I say? He should not complicate things against Victor in this sort of situation. I think he should just double and get over with it. I mean,
I totally agree.
He does not stand to gain from waiting.
That was seize the opportunity when it's presented to
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
particularly against Victor. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just double and get it over with. Come on, Mike. Let's do it. Yeah.
Or we get 2 more games.
That's right.
Make the 4.
Victor is holding on. He's not doubling either.
No, but it makes more sense. He's so far I don't even know if he's a favorite, and he hopes he can perhaps get off a loss if he's lucky.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh,
And now, of course,
boom. There again. Never hit the felt.
yeah. yeah, right.
Horri has.
All right. Just
Oh, really?
10.
Doesn't give the rest of us time to think. Yeah. Roll it. Want to learn something there.
Art.
Oh. Needs the anchor.
Good response.
And Victor's pretty much stripped out on all these other points over here.
Yes, but that's
Make the bar.
I think so.
yeah.
That dupes the ace, too.
It does. You could dupe the ace again, but yeah.
Just make the 3. Or does he want to? Yeah, I guess
At
so.
DMP, I guess. I don't know how soon he's gonna have to run out with the guy.
Yeah.
I guess that
That's why I was
determines
thinking he
that
might put
determines what's the right
might
play.
put the spare on the 3.
Yeah, yeah. And how much you have to gain from having that guy back there. It's hard to tell.
Mishi said Victor's cube was a big blunder. It was too good.
Oh, He could have taken a shake here to see if he gammoned him in this game.
in this game.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Mike,
that,
or
that's
Mike
one more
could've-
thing that
Mike
can't
could've
happen if
dropped
you
it.
just send it.
Mike could have dropped it, not that you. And you're so accustomed, and again, he's acting very rapidly. I mean, two-way, you're so accustomed that you'll always take the cue, right? Maybe he didn't put the thought into it that he might have, that he could have dropped it. But
Yeah. Or maybe he didn't know how high his take point is or something like that.
well, the good news for Mike is that he only had one loss, so a loss doesn't knock him out.
Still in the lead.
Not that he wouldn't want to win, but he's still alive.
Do we know anything about Kit's? Yeah, it's
over
there.
here.
Yeah. So
7-4
Kit is.
Kit.
So it looks like it could be semifinals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps 4 guys with 2 losses.
Yeah.
Shot time.
Pretty important shots.
Very important. Doesn't get the ace. Victor would like to cover, not roll a set of 6s or something like that. That'll work. Arda lost, Marcy.
A little awkward. Shot.
Uh-oh.
Minimize them now.
I think so.
I mean, an extra 2 shots. That is
Big. I mean, that's
Yeah,
15% or something,
Yeah.
right? 13 over 11. And he misses. Victor'd like 2 large numbers of the same flavor.
Another shot.
doesn't like that.
Okay, kind of comes down to this. Boom, he misses.
He got his chances.
He did. He
Yeah.
had 2 shots, right?
It's never easy to win, even from 90%.
Okay, good match. So now we're going to, well, provided Kit closes this match out, which here we see it on our screen.